I will provide the mayor's report for the period of May 14th to 27th. And again, there were days I was not available, so I'll ask if any members of council attended events on our behalf, if they would advise, and would be appreciated. I can advise that May 14th and 15th, I attended the annual Vision Quest conference in Winnipeg. I was once again invited as the mayor of Thompson to bring greetings to a conference held in Winnipeg, and I always find that unique, but I think it is a recognition of the organizers of Vision Quest on the significance of Aboriginal economic development in our community and in the region. So I was very pleased to be able to provide comments, as well as an opportunity to meet a number of individuals from Northern Manitoba at the event. I returned to Thompson on May 16th and attended the Downtown Strategy. I want to thank our Member of Parliament, Ashton, for attending that event as well as members of council, including Councillor Fensky, Chair of Public Safety, and Deputy Mayor Hogan, who emceed the event. I thought it was an excellent kickoff. I want to acknowledge and thank all those community organizations that showed up. It was a tremendous turnout, as well as individuals that were in the area and participated in the event. I am very pleased with not only that kickoff, but the first 2 weeks and the results that we're seeing of that downtown strategy. I've heard very positive remarks. I will say I've heard some negative remarks as well, in terms of the pouring of alcohol. But I can say this, that we will continue with a focus to ensure that we address the behaviors in the downtown area in a respectful manner, but I want it clear. There are expectations of people in our community and what are acceptable behaviors and what aren't. I also want to acknowledge I've received a number of very positive comments on the RCMP Bike Patrol, and I want to acknowledge Inspector Duff for the role that he played. The presence is being noted by businesses in the downtown and individuals. So it's a good start. As Chair of Public Safety, Councillor Fensky, I appreciate the effort, and as I always say, as we move forward, there's always new challenges, and I know that one of those is managing some of the movement in and around the downtown out into the neighborhood areas, and I know that we'll keep a focus on that as well. On May the 17th, Friday morning, I was very pleased. I had been advised earlier in the week that an announcement was coming with regard to a withdrawal management facility. Read into that a detox. And Minister Rondo, Minister Ashton attended in the community on that day, made the announcement at the AFM building that 6 beds will be moved from the treatment facility over to detox. Along with that move comes a significant annual contribution by the province for staffing of the facility in, I believe, the neighborhood of $370,000. I was joined at that event, and I appreciate it, by Councillor Robinson, Councillor Clauda, Councillor Fensky, Councillor Byer. I think I've got everyone. And I think it was a very good announcement. It's a good start. I can tell you honestly, Minister Rondo indicated that it was the message, very strong message, that had been sent by this community, not just to his department, but to every department. And I think we need to take a lesson from that, that when we are making positions, or taking positions, it is not just with the department, it has to be with all departments, because when they get to the cabinet table, they're all there providing input. So I want to really thank members of council and the community, because that announcement was a result of the efforts of council and the community coming together with a united voice, and it proves things can get done. On May the 22nd, I had the opportunity to attend and provide greetings at the Hope Forum, and a wonderful event held at Artie Parker brings youth from all over the region together to talk about the serious issues of suicide prevention, bullying, and I think really just the need for individuals to support each other. And I was very pleased with the messaging that I heard at that event, and so I thank the organizers. I believe it was over 50 people from 20 different organizations involved in the organization of the event, so tremendous. Also on the 22nd, City Manager Sepatelli and I attended the Thompson Chamber of Commerce meeting where Thompson Unlimited was providing a presentation. It was a good opportunity. There were, I thank Roxy Binns, Betty Landago for making the presentation, a lot of questions following and interest in the revitalized Thompson Unlimited. On May the 24th, along with Councillors Kalata, Locker, I attended a meeting along with City Manager regarding the potential for the development of seniors housing in Thompson. Very pleased to see a number of community organizations come forward and indicate a willingness to work together and look at a submission to the province to secure seniors housing. Councillor Byer also joined that meeting, and I think it was a very positive first step. The Thompson Housing Agency will take the lead in terms of coordinating. I made it very clear. My hope is that an application is submitted to the province soon, and the construction begins in the spring of 2014. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility. I understand the province is interested in supporting our community, and I believe there is a demonstrated need and demand for that type of housing. On the 25th, I believe it was, Friday, I also attended the Cree Language Festival at Wapanak Community School. Phenomenal event that demonstrates, I think, some of the really positive strengths of Wapanak. The staff, the students have to be commended on their commitment to celebrating the Cree language and the culture, and it's always a joy to go and listen to the presentations and see the classroom work. So I really believe that Wapanak is a shining example of how we can celebrate the best things that we have in this community and work together. This morning I can advise that I did have breakfast with Lovro Pollock from Valet and Conrad Jonason from UCN, and one of the discussion items was the need to really focus and to collaboratively approach the province of Manitoba to speed up the process for the development of a trades facility in our community. We know through the TEDWIG process the need for trades has been highly demonstrated. We understand the province is looking at a timetable for the development of that facility, but I think, and in light of the most recent announcement regarding the increase in the PST and the allocation of some of those dollars to education, this is our opportunity as a community to make a very strong message to the province that there is a need to speed the timetable for the trades facility at UCN. Just a couple other things, updates. I can advise that tomorrow on Wednesday I will be attending the MKO Economic Development Conference, and tomorrow afternoon I am making a presentation along with MKO and Valet on the TEDWIG process and the achievements to date, and I look forward to an opportunity to have that dialogue. And in the evening, it's been arranged that on Wednesday, I believe I'll be attending that conference, but also a meeting with the owner of the Thompson Plaza, who is coming on way to Thompson to talk about some of the developments in that area and some of the work that's being done. So that's a positive one. Then on Thursday, along with Deputy Mayor Hogan and City Manager Sepatelli, we'll be heading out to FCM in Vancouver for the weekend. And I look forward to the discussion. The City of Thompson has taken the leadership in coordinating a meeting of the 8 municipalities to talk about the Crime Severity Index, and I look forward to that discussion. A couple other things just to remind people. We are in the middle of our spring cleanup, and I want to acknowledge and thank the crews at Public Works as well as the Rec Department for the work that's being done. I urge caution in and around the streets. There's still street cleaning being done. There's still a lot of work, and that will continue. But I have heard, and I know that it was raised at the mayor's meeting, that we were receiving positive comments on the state of the community in terms of cleanliness. Just to let you know, I received a call from Lac L'Orange, I believe, last week, asking for a copy of our plastic bag ban bylaw because they want to look at it as well. So I think some of those things are real positive. The other one is, if anyone's been around the Thompson Regional Community Center, you'll see that the signage is up. It looks really good. Encourage people to walk through the building. It's really taking shape. And the last one is, we were advised, and I'm not sure if even council is aware of this as of yet, I think it was forwarded to council, but we were advised on Friday afternoon that the province of Manitoba has introduced a new funding program to support municipalities in road and road sidewalk infrastructure. And Thompson as a community is now eligible for up to $300,000 in each of the next 3 years starting this year. One of the keys to that program is you have to match the dollars, and fortunately the City of Thompson, through the accommodation tax, through the valley contribution, will be able to match. So there's a real opportunity to bring in another $900,000 worth of road work into this community over the next 3 years. So I was very pleased, and I think it's been provided to members of council that it's going to be, City Manager? Thank you. And with that, I do have some proclamations. By the virtue of authority vested in me as Mayor of the City of Thompson, I hereby proclaim June 1st as Intergenerational Day in Canada in the City of Thompson. I also proclaim June 1st through June 8th as World Oceans Day in Thompson. And lastly, as indicated earlier, proclaim June 1st, 2013 as National Health and Fitness Day in the City of Thompson. And lastly, I just want to, on behalf of Council, express our condolences to Angela English, who is Executive Assistant to Mayor and Council, her father, and all her family on the passing of Mrs. Chupka recently, and our thoughts are with you. I would ask if there's any other comments from members of Council. I'll start with Councillor Byer.
Just one thing, I believe our Director of Public Works mentioned in terms of spring cleanup that this year, there's also a record number of community organizations and individuals who are helping in our community cleanup. And I think that speaks well to the level of commitment and involvement our residents have in Thompson, and certainly speaks of their pride that they have in the city. And probably was a major contributor to one of the very enthusiastic comments that I got from visitors this weekend, saying how clean Thompson is and how totally impressed they were with our city. They had never been here before and had no idea that it was so nice. So,
always nice to hear.
Yeah.
Thank you. Councillor Fensky.
Just on behalf of Mayor and Council, last Wednesday, I was able to bring greetings to the 47th Annual Festival of the Arts Highlights Concerts. It's the first of two. They have 5 disciplines: voice, piano, speech, dance, and visual arts. And the second half of the highlights concert is tomorrow evening at the Leckman Theatre at 6:30, where I will again bring greetings on behalf of the City of Thompson.
Thank you. Councillor Collada?
Thank you. On Tuesday, May 16th, I did miss the Downtown Strategy kickoff, but I attended round 3 of the Kiosk Public Involvement Program. Round 1, as you may recall, was held in 2008 when the project was identified and the concerns and issues were documented. Round 2 was in 2012 when the preliminary assessments were completed. And round 3, which I attended last Thursday night, they provided copies of numerous studies. They made them available to the public, documenting changes from previous hydro development initiatives. The project will be located 30 kilometers west of Gillam, and 8.5 years of employment that will consist of 4,000 person years of employment will be provided to Northern Manitoba. Some of the environmental processes include creating a new spawning area for sturgeon to replace any impact to current sturgeon habitat. It was a very informative evening. I have a video in English and Cree which highlights the First Nations perspective on the kiosk partnership. I'm going to leave it in the councillor's office. And anyone wanting information is invited to go to the website at www.kiosk.com, and kiosk is Keeyask. So I'll place my information in the councillor's office for a period of time to give other councillors the opportunity to view it. And Manitoba Hydro is still open to attending a council meeting and or meeting with council. It was a very informative evening on a multi-billion-dollar project that will not only affect Northern Manitoba but Canada as well. So,
excellent. Thank you. Any further comments? With that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn, although it's kind of early, we could stay and discuss a few things, getting people out of, oh, apparently they do want to adjourn.